This is Clara from Creations by Klare. In this video, I'm going to upcycle or repair my cross that I've had for ages in a drawer. And I found him not just a couple of days ago, and I said, well, I need to repair him. I need to do something. So if you look here, his little hands are broken off, and I don't have the missing pieces, and he needs a new hanger. There's glue all over the place. The size of it is 8 inches long by 4 and by a ½ an inch thick. So let's get started. Let's remove the old glue that's on here. I tried scraping it, sanding it off, and then try to remove it with a screwdriver, and that didn't work. The heat gun worked perfectly. It softened up that old glue, and I used this metal scraper to clean it up all the way around. I gave it a light sanding all the way around, and I removed this little hanger. It was so cute. Somebody had made this with the coat top. So original. So let's get started in making the arms and the hands. I actually took a piece of air dry clay and I placed it on the opposite arm that was almost fully complete, and made just a little mold out of it, and then I flipped it and put it on the other side where it was missing almost all his arm. And here with this tool, I'm kind of just trying to make the lines of the muscles or of the arm, and trying to thin it out. But I didn't want it. I know it's not exact size as the other opposite, and I was afraid to make it too thin that it would just break easier or break easily. So here I'm just kind of gently pressing in to make the arm as thin as I could without breaking it. I'm using antique wax on the arms. That was pretty close to the color he is originally. So I'm applying it there on his arms, and also going to touch up around his body also. I didn't allow the air dry clay to dry. I just applied the wax almost immediately after I finished sculpturing and gluing down the arm. I used a little bit of Titebond glue to pull down the clay onto the existing arms. And also using copper metallic acrylic paint and just touching up just real little on his arms and his face, on his crown of thorns, and around his body. I tell you, I felt kind of emotional as I was doing this. I just felt like crying. It was so sad. I was remembering his story of how he carried the cross. So it was kind of emotional repairing this. So I'm going to let him dry completely for a whole day. So now I'm going to apply antique wax on the entire cross and rubbing it off. I'm not leaving the full color. And I really like the color tone that this antique wax left on the cross. I'm wiping it away pretty quick because this cross had not been painted in I don't know how long, hundreds of years or so. No, I'm just kidding. But the paint, the stain, this wax left a real beautiful color. I hope you're inspired by this upcycle or this repair of the crucifix. there's, you know, we have some items that we don't want to let go because they mean something to us, and it might be a broken piece, and it's very possible you can just give it a new little paint or use a little air dry clay to repair a hole, a broken piece. So that's kind of the purpose why to showing this video, for the just to get inspired that almost anything can be fixed up if just taking a little time. And I applied just a touch of the copper on the sign, and it brought it out just a bit nicer. I'm going to use tight bond glue to glue down the sign, because it's, as you can see, it's just twirling around, and this is going to work perfectly to hold it in place and just clean up the excess. I'm going to use again the tight bond wood glue to glue Jesus to the cross, and I'm just going to apply the glue very sparingly on only the parts that will touch the wood, like his hands and the side of his hips and his feet, and didn't want to put glue all over it and just the excess stained wood. Now I will be adding a new hanger. I'm just going to glue it on with tight bond wood glue and tape it up with the blue painter's tape and let it sit overnight. There was several existing little holes, and the wood had been split on the top. That's why I chose to glue on this new hanger. The next day I removed the painter's tape, and the new hanger is now installed. This is just some minor touch-ups with the wax and the copper. And here's the completed crucifix cross. Isn't he beautiful? He just came out so good. I really love the way it came out. Thank you for watching my video. Bye.